Good morning, guys. I want to talk to you this morning about something that my wife and I have been discussing over the last couple of months, really. Talking about retirement and losing half of your income in retirement. So we've got a stretch, we've got a few days a few years, like 5 years, that we have to start to plan to retire and partially retire because she's going to retire. I am not. I'm of course going to keep working. I have to. We have to because I have business. I have, I generate income, but we have to continue to generate that income. We have not. Well, we have a little income that we've kind of in savings and investments that will generate some income. So we'll have that, but we have to add to that to make sure that in retirement we will be okay and our lifestyle won't change much. Just shopping for groceries. Shopping, recently we had to shop. I have a video on that. We went to shop for a car for a family member. She lost her car. They're in their 50s. One is disabled. So we have to consider, the two of us, retirement, and consider what we're going to do, downsizing and consolidating to make sure to take care of four of us. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people our ages, I'm 62, are thinking about that right now. And what do you do to make sure that you're okay in retirement or in partial retirement? Because things are becoming more and more expensive. We will have to literally, we have our home, and we have a home that we purchased for family members. But we will have to consolidate those. We will have to probably sell both homes and purchase another home that's large enough to accommodate all of us. Once we get to that time, my wife and I, we don't have any children. So we really don't have everything we will need. We will either have to provide for each other, or we'd have to pay for it. Now, Social Security, Medicare, of course, will be there. We'll have that part of it. Our savings, we'll have that part of it. And continuing to generate income. We have to, because there will not be enough money. I talked to a few friends of ours. Like I said, we live in a 55 plus community, and most of them are a lot older than we are, and they're living on fixed incomes. And they mentioned, how little you can live on, and most of them are like, you'll be surprised at how little you can live on. And I said, well, we kind of know how. I grew up very, very poor, so I know how little we can live on. But things back then were a lot less expensive. Now it's a lot more expensive to live, just to buy food, to even if you own your home, if you've paid it outright, which we have not done. We haven't done that. We just purchased this home 7 years ago. So we got a mortgage. We could have just paid out, but I never thought that was a good investment to just put all of your money into a home. I kind of backtrack on that, talking about investments, but you have to think about, okay, if you've got a mortgage, you've got to continue to pay your mortgage. And if you do not have a mortgage, you still have expenses to that home. You have upkeep. In our neighborhood, we have a homeowners association. We have to pay for that, and that's right now it's $250 per month. So you still have property taxes. You still have expenses that go along with owning that home. So you have to continue to generate income that will keep your lifestyle. If you want to travel, if there's certain things that if you want to go out to dinner, maybe from time to time, if you own a car, which we will be consolidating. And I said to Lord, once we're retired or you're retired, we will consolidate. There will be one car. We will not pay for two cars. We probably could, but why? Why do that? So we'll have that extra money in insurance and in upkeep, at least that. So that's what we're thinking about. And to be honest with you, I can't say I'm not scared, because I am. You have to be. You have to be crazy not to be afraid, unless you're independently wealthy. You've got a few $1 million stored away somewhere in investments, or even more than $1 million. Because now, if you look at the estimates, for me, if I'm 62 and I retire at 65, 66, 67, it's a chance I'm going to live to 80. So, in those years, I have to consider continuing to generate income, or some vehicles that will help to generate income. And we have to do it. So if you're my age and you're 62 and you're thinking about that, what you should be thinking about, doing this YouTubing right now is a great thing. So, I'm doing it right now. It's 7 in the morning and I'm pretty much in my pajamas. I threw this shirt on just because I didn't want to have the pajama top on, but I certainly could have. But this is one vehicle. I'm not going to do it. Like I said, I own businesses right now, but who's to say those businesses will continue to generate income? Hopefully they will. They'll be able to evolve, and I'll be able to make the changes that need to be made to those so that they'll continue to generate income for us. Our real estate, again, is probably going to assist us with housing. So we won't have to worry about that. I think we'll be able to consolidate. The houses we own now are worth enough that if we sell them, the money that we would have plus our savings would get us a new a property that we could all live in. So I'm not that concerned about that. It's just things like, we're healthy right now. The two of us, we're healthy, and if we continue to be healthy, you can't really guarantee that, but we hope we continue, by God's grace, we continue to be healthy, and I can at least continue to pursue the things with technology today, which is awesome. Really, it's really awesome that today you can actually generate income without being as physically able to do it, because it doesn't require the physicality. Today you can actually continue to generate income and using your mind. So if I can keep my intellectual health and I keep my head about me, then I and you can also continue to think about different ways to generate income, even after you've basically lost half your income, because that's what's going to happen in about 5 years. My wife is going to retire, and half her income, which is a substantial part of our living expense or our living, she's going to retire, and we're going to lose that, and we're going to be living on retirement, on Social Security and our retirement savings. So that's a scary thought. And we're not elaborate people. She drives a nice car. I drive a mid-size, not so expensive truck, and I like it. Hey, I don't have to drive a Mercedes Benz. But so we don't live like that. We live modestly. We don't spend a lot of money, except that we spend a lot of money on the things like comfort. We spend $300 per month, I think, on cable, on entertainment, television. We like it. We curl up and we that's what we do. We don't go out a lot. We don't do a lot of things like that. We'll go out to dinner. We like to travel. But when we travel, we like to drive. So we travel. I'd like to see most of the United States. I would love to see most of it, a lot of it. In 62 years, a lot of the United States we haven't seen. So we'd like to continue to do that stuff. And so we're not going to move to a tiny house. I would love, if it was just the two of us, my wife and I would love to do that. We don't need much space, to be honest. We live in a 1,500, almost 1,600 square foot ranch top house right now. We love it. It's small, but even this house is, we've got a couple of rooms that we find things to do with them, because so it doesn't require a lot of space for us to live. And like I said, the people out there, some people out there that will see this video, that you're thinking about the same things. You're thinking about, I'm 62, maybe you're in your 70s and 80s right now, and you're feeling pretty good, but you can't work, or you're looking for something to do that would continue to generate income for you. There's a few things. I would go out there and take a look, and the things that are the technology today, there are a lot of things that you can do to generate income, and I've always been able to do that. I've always known that if you find a need, you can fill it, and I've always been able to be versatile in the things that I do, because there's nothing. I work in insurance right now. I sell insurance, Medicare, life insurance, some PNC, auto, home, and life. I've done that for 20 years, 25 years. I can continue to do that and earn money doing that. So, but to tell you, I'm not, I don't think about it. I do. I think about it at night. I'm scared. A lot of times I don't discuss it with my wife, because I don't want her to feel any anxiety. I want her to feel like I've got it under control, and we've got it under control. And for the most part, we do. We seem to, I think we're going to be okay. But like I said, as far as health, we need to make sure. And I'm doing some things to try to make sure that we're healthy. I wish I could give up sugar. I wish I'm trying to not crave so many sweets. I love sweets. I love cake. I like ice cream and even cereal. I like the sweet stuff. But those are some vices that I have that I need to kind of curb if I want to stay on the path of being healthy. My mother died of heart disease. My father died. He had heart disease. My sister had heart disease. So I have people that, they smoked. I've never smoked. I can say that. I've never smoked. I don't drink. I gave up drinking probably 4 or 5 years ago. Completely. I wasn't a heavy drinker. I would drink on occasion at events or something like that. But I wasn't a heavy drinker. But I've stopped completely. I don't drink alcohol anymore. I think it's crazy to drink alcohol. Alcohol is poison. One drink is probably not okay, but if you talk to the experts, they'll tell you one drink is fine, glass of wine or something like that. But every drink after that is damaging your body. So don't do that. Anything that damages your body and would do anything to inhibit or change your health, make you less healthy, stop doing that. Use your mind to look for things that can help you to move forward, because chances are you are going to live to a ripe old age. Medicine today and the way that we're able to relax more, even though things are more expensive and things seem to be worse than they were or whatever, whenever that was, but we are healthier. We are healthier and we live longer. So we may have aches and pains, diabetes and stuff like that, but we're living longer. So the chances are you're going to live. And what you don't want to do, and what we're trying and considering and having anxiety about right now, is outliving our money. And you don't want to outlive your money. And that's what keeps me up at night. And there are things that we should be thinking about that would help with that. So if you're thinking about it, if you're thinking about the things that you can do at this point to make sure you can continue to generate income in your retirement, how you're going to care for your spouse, how your spouse is going to care for you, how you're going to care for extended family. I mean, our family member wrecked the car. So they had no car for a few days. And we had to chauffeur them to things simply going to the grocery store to shop. And so it's things like that. So think about it. If she had no car, we bought a car. She's got a car now. But think about if she can't drive. We've got to drive her. If we can't drive, I mean, you're talking about 70-year-old people. So if we can't drive, I mean, I know a lot of 70-year-olds that still drive, of course. But think about it. If your health, your eyes, I have issues with my eyes, I have to address that. So those are the things that we think about right now. And those are the things that are scary. Those are the things that I don't have a problem knowing that I can generate income. But if I can't see, then a lot of times that's going to be a problem. If somehow you lose your mobility, or I lose my voice, I lose through arthritis or whatever, I lose the function of my limbs. That's what we think about now in going into our latter years, 65, 75, 80. Now, those are the things we think about, and those are the things that keep us up. So hopefully I haven't really alarmed anybody, but hopefully there's some things that you think about. If you haven't been thinking about them already, and I don't know how you wouldn't be thinking about them, but those are the things that keep me up at night. And I cannot say that those are not the things that actually scare me. There's not many things that I'm afraid of, but outliving my money and not being able to care for our family and going forward and keeping somewhat of the lifestyle that we have now does. So I'll see you guys on the next video, and hopefully this made you guys think. Good luck with growing older, and good luck with finding the things that will generate income for you. See you on the next video. Thanks, guys.